Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
In the moments before his death, he was acting with his heart. That's what the wife of a New Braunfels man said about her husband, who died while trying to break up a fight over the weekend. The 9 Team's Avery Everett spoke to his family, who says they might never be able to forgive the man who did it.
That was the love of my life, still is the love of my life, and I was to him.
Rosanna Perez is holding on to what's left of her husband.
Our family was everything to him.
52-year-old Mario Saldana was killed over the weekend. He was stabbed leaving the El Flaco Event Center off I-35 in New Braunfels.
How did you find out about what happened?
I was there.
We're told this all happened early Sunday morning outside the Old Legends Dance Hall here in New Braunfels. A city spokesperson says a fight broke out in this parking lot, and that's where Mario was found.
We saw all these people fighting, and I was like, oh my God, you know, we gotta go. His response was, no, we need to calm this down. The next thing you know, he stabbed him.
New Braunfels police arrested 55-year-old David Saldana and charged him with murder.
This was something that didn't need to happen.
His family says they're fundraising to hold a funeral for Mario.
He deserves a proper burial. We didn't have insurance, medical insurance, or life insurance.
Through tears, they're trying to hold themselves together.
He was a very funny and caring, loving person.
Even through the most difficult times, he was smiling.
Keeping the good memories close as they find a way to say goodbye. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
He was trying to help. One of the ways his family is raising money is through a plate sale in Seguin on Friday. We have details right now on KSAT.com. Tomorrow, the families of the Camp Mystic girls who died in the Hill Country floods will testify before the Texas Senate. They're going to share their loss. They're also going to push lawmakers to pass stronger safety rules for youth camps, saying that current protections weren't enough to save their children. Lawmakers considering measures to improve transparency, oversight, and emergency plans for Texas camps. KSAT's own Zaria Oates will be at that meeting, and we'll bring you the very latest tomorrow.
You're going through feelings right now that none of us in here probably understand. I need for you to be open and communicate that with your therapist.
A judge telling him to take the help. A teenager accused of accidentally shooting and killing his younger brother last month released to his grandmother today. You're going to remember on July 25th, the 13-year-old was with his brother, 8-year-old Daniel Casares, when a gun went off, killing the 8-year-old. The teen charged with manslaughter, his brother. As part of the conditions of his release, the judge says he will be required to attend counseling sessions, cannot have any contact with guns, ammunition, or anyone who was inside the home on the day of that shooting, besides his siblings.
How do you plead? Not guilty.
It's a position this man has been in before. Inside a Bexar County courtroom, R.C. Curtis once again stood before a jury, pleading not guilty to the murder of 75-year-old Paula Boyd, who was killed inside her apartment a decade ago. R.C. Curtis's retrial began today, where jurors heard opening statements. They saw disturbing crime scene photos from inside Boyd's apartment. The state expected to call more than a dozen witnesses in this trial. If found guilty, Curtis would automatically be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. We are live streaming his trial on all of our digital platforms. Testimony expected to resume around 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. It is being called the ghost deer investigation. It is one of the biggest deer smuggling cases in Texas history. According to Texas Parks and Wildlife, 24 people have been charged. More than 11 counties were involved, and there's more than 1,400 charges. Among those charged, 2 men from San Antonio, Ken Schlott, who runs multiple deer breeding sites, and Evan Bircher. They're facing both felony and misdemeanor counts tied to illegal deer smuggling and false record tampering. We have our first look at the Wilson County leaders indicted for misusing county property. Pictured are Precinct 3 Commissioner Jeffrey Pierdola and business owner Clinton Wyatt. Auditor Brenda Trevino accused of overpaying for a semi-truck and selling a county road grader without an auction. You see her picture there as well. Pierdola, the next man, confirmed the indictment but has no comment, calling some of the details in it inaccurate. And Trevino, by the way, is running for county judge. Wyatt did not respond to requests for comment today. Earlier today, a crash involving 2 Northeast ISD school buses. A scary scene. It didn't turn out to be quite as bad as it looked. Happened in the southbound lanes of 281 near the Redland Road accident. It's on the north side of town, just north of Loop 1604. Around 40 students on one of the buses, 26 on the other. Luckily, San Antonio police say there are no serious injuries in this one. A San Antonio woman telling people to mind their own business after fellow residents in her far north side neighborhood raised concerns about the quality of care received by older adults living at two of her properties. Lydia Negrila telling KSAT Investigate she's not required to be licensed by the state to operate those two personal care homes.
What's up with that? I'm the most caring person in San Antonio, and a lot of people know me. So,
how did we end up here? The woman hurling a threat at a KSAT photojournalist is Lydia Negrila, owner of San Antonio Senior Living Options.
why not us?
A firm she promotes on Instagram as being able to connect families with hundreds of care homes for their loved ones within 24 hours. But it's what's transpired at two homes owned by Negrila in the Cross Timber Rogers Ranch neighborhood that drew the attention of KSAT Investigates. For months, neighbors of this property on Rogers Loop have documented a stream of caregivers, older adults, medical supply trucks, transport vans, and even ambulances arriving at the residence. KSAT witnessed a similar flurry of activity at the home all summer as we recorded the comings and goings. We counted 3 people in caregiver attire at the property on a single day, just ahead of the 4th of July weekend. Blocks away, at Negrila's home on Rogers Bluff, neighbors chronicled similar scenes outside the residence. Negrila registered the property as a business called Rogers Ranch Senior Care Home in 2020, only to have the Secretary of State terminate its registration last August. By then, Negrila had registered her home on Rogers Loop as First Senior Care Home. That license remains active.
But the Texas Health and Human Services Commission is not familiar with either property. A spokesman confirming to KSAT that neither address has a long-term care license.
Lydia, do you have a moment?
Reached for comment outside her home last month, Negrila quickly got defensive.
We've had some people living in the area concerned about the assisted living arrangement going on here and on Rogers Bluff.
No, there is no such thing.
She first denied caring for older adults in the homes.
Do you see any cars here?
We have, yeah, and nurses that come
I
in
can
and out.
I can have friends coming over.
After we described what neighbors and our cameras recorded, she told us she's running personal care homes that are not required to be licensed by the state.
Do you know what personal care homes are?
I'm very familiar.
I don't think you are.
Okay.
The only reason I can ever find that families choose an unlicensed facility or an unregulated facility is for cost. Just ease of cost.
Byron Cordes is one of the country's leading voices on managing geriatric care. He says operators often get around being licensed since HHSC does not monitor facilities where 3 or fewer non-relatives receive care. But this scenario means no continuing education requirements for owners and caregivers, or state-mandated training for those working with patients with dementia.
The reason that folks, I think, elude the licensure is purely for profit, so that's frightening to me as well.
You're not caring for elderly people in the homes?
Absolutely not. I am not doing anything illegal.
But are you caring for elderly people?
It's not your business. It's not mine. It's my business, not your business.
Not mine, yeah.
Yeah, it's my business, not yours.
Okay.
Negrila declined to tell KSAT how many older adults receive care in her homes. In early June,
He lives on Rogers Bluff.
Okay.
He walked.
a neighbor used his cell phone to record an elderly man walking without shoes on, showing obvious signs of medical distress. In the footage, Negrila said she left the man at her home on Rogers Bluff with friends who forgot to lock the front door.
Let's go back in the car, my dear. Let's go back in the car. Oops.
I think we need to call him an ambulance.
I think he's gonna be all right.
What we're talking about are what's going on here in the home.
Don't worry about this. These are my homes.
I will worry.
Cordes said the incident should sound alarm bells.
Is that maybe a situation that would have been prevented had this been a properly licensed facility?
I think it absolutely could have been prevented if it was a licensed facility.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Negrila's placement firm had an office on Sonterra Boulevard. The receptionist confirmed Negrila moved out of that office earlier this year. KSAT could find no record of Negrila, her company, or people working at her homes being cited for her care of older adults. None have been charged with any crime in connection with the care of elderly individuals. As a matter of fact, the daughter of the man seen in the footage walking through that neighborhood without shoes on heaped praise on Negrila, telling KSAT she is doing an incredible service to the community and that she is forever grateful to Negrila. It's still ahead. Southwest Airlines and the city of San Antonio clashing over an airport terminal that hasn't even been built yet. We'll tell you what happened in court. And San Antonio debating how many police officers it needs and how many they can realistically add in the next year with the budget crunch they're facing. It's coming up. San Antonio City Council members debating how many police officers San Antonio needs. The current budget includes just under 2,900 officers, with 118 new ones this year. But how many new hires are filling vacant park police or substation roles? We're told a lot. The focus is on how many officers are patrolling and responding to 911 calls or doing proactive work like traffic enforcement. The city wants to add 360 patrol officers over 5 years. Budget cuts mean only 25 may be added next year. Some council members want to increase that to 65, but not everyone agrees that more officers are the answer.
That was a commitment that we made to residents to have those 65 police officers. Residents don't care about our elections and who said it when. They care about the commitment that was made to them.
And so what are better returns on investment? It's integrated approaches, right, that include addressing root causes of crime, and it's a much better investment. So, for instance, lighting.
Adding 65 officers instead of 25 would cost an extra $8 million to the city over 2 years. The city will need to find that money somewhere, but it's not clear where yet. Southwest Airlines and San Antonio clashing over gate assignments at the new $1.2 billion terminal in federal court on Tuesday. Southwest claims the city made false promises and penalized them for lacking a club lounge, leading to exclusion from Terminal C when it's completed. The city denies punishing Southwest, saying the airline scored high and had chances to negotiate. No ruling date was set after 2 hours of testimony today. Reports of an active shooter threat closed parts of the Texas Capitol on Tuesday evening. The building was shut down and partially evacuated, prompting a protest to move outside the Capitol. Protesters there in support of State Representative Nicole Collier, who's been staying in the House chambers after refusing an escort amid the ongoing redistricting fight. Texas House Democrats say members inside the chambers were not evacuating. They said several armed guards were stationed actually outside the doors of the Capitol. I want to give a heads up to drivers on the northwest side. There's going to be a road closure. It's according to the Texas Department of Transportation. As part of Loop 1604's North Expansion Project, the I-10 eastbound exit ramp to UTSA Boulevard is now closed. Should be detour signs in the area to tell you where to go. We also have those listed for you on KSAT.com. Just look for this article on the homepage. Your nominations for the SA Picks 2025 contest are in. We asked viewers to choose San Antonio's top businesses, from restaurants to dog groomers, HVAC companies, and more. We received thousands of nominations across nearly 100 categories. To learn more about the finalists, scan the QR code on your screen. You'll be able to vote on your favorites starting tomorrow, August 20th. Take a live look outside with Live Cam and Adam Caskey. I was at the dentist today. This morning.
Yeah.
They said, they told us to bring our umbrella. I don't know. It looks pretty clear out there. I think maybe your weather guys are wrong.
And then they went and got their car washed. And then that rained.
Boom.
Okay, this is weird and kind of off topic, but you know what I love about the dentist? You know that metal scrapey thing that goes...
You love that?
I love that feeling.
Seriously?
I think I'm the only one out there, but I love it.
I didn't love it this morning.
Yeah, most people don't.
She was great at what she did. I love my dentist, but I'm just like,
And to be fair, not all parts of town got rain, but that was expected as well. We're not all going to get it, even though decent chances again tomorrow at 40%. Generally between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. we have the best odds, and it's going to be scattered, hit or miss in nature, but even better coverage as we get into Thursday. Here's the most recent and updated futurecast. It differs a little bit from what we had earlier today. It holds off on popping the storms until 4 o'clock. I think it's going to be closer to 2 or 3 o'clock when we see the first storms on authority radar. And then just scattered in nature across the map, could be anywhere. Don't pay close attention to the exact placement of these downpours. For example, these in Guadalupe County could instead be in Gonzales County or DeWitt County. Similar situation as we usually see around here with the scattered randomness to the development of these showers. But quick 1 to 2 inches in some neighborhoods could give you a little bit of street flooding. That's a primary concern. And maybe some wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour. Come sunset, it's all done and all over with. Now, we don't have anything on the radar right now, and we did pick up 1 to 2 inches in parts of Bexar County. We'll look at that in more detail in a moment. First, I want to show you the drought monitor, and notice how I outlined the severe, extreme, and exceptional drought. Basically the worst drought categories, the most extreme drought categories. I outlined them so then we can put that on top of the rainfall totals lately. And you see those drought-stricken areas actually picked up some decent rainfall. Not everywhere, but I mean, we're talking northwestern Bexar County, just outside of Gray Forest, 2.3 inches estimated by radar. Timberwood Park, 1.7, about half an inch to 3/4 of an inch in parts of Stone Oak. You go down near Divine, about 1.32 inches closer to Lytle. Next few days, same story, 40 to 60% chance. So decent coverage in the afternoons. That's the key. This is mainly afternoon activity. By Saturday, maybe a rogue afternoon storm, 20% chance, but I really think we're going to be sunny and dry through this upcoming weekend. Now, here's what's giving us these rare rainfall opportunities in August. It's the upper level heat high over the Four Corners, and with the clockwise circulation around it, we have a northerly steering flow, and even notice the showers in the Central Plains starting up today. That type of energy that makes those showers and storms, it's going to be pushed our way the next 3 afternoons, next 3 days. So it gives us the rainfall potential. It's good to see even the possibility of 1 to 2 inches in some neighborhoods each afternoon. Quick look at Hurricane Erin, Cat 2. It's going to pass between the east coast of the U.S. and Bermuda, potentially strengthen a little bit into a Cat 3, bringing some high surf to the east coast of the U.S., but that's about it. Some beach erosion. Taking a look at the outlook is we've got a 60% chance of development here in the central Atlantic and another 30% chance in the eastern Atlantic. 98 was our high today, so under 100. Upper 90s again tomorrow. Start the day at 75, 91 at noon, 99 the high temperature. A few locations, especially further west of town, could briefly hit 100. But Steve, it's nice to be talking decent rain chances and more of this activity in mid-August.
I know. Look at that. The next 3 days. We'll take it. Thanks, Adam. All right. Imagine being 21 years old and you have literally the eyes of Texas upon you.
Oh, does he ever, right? Arch Manning, QB1 for the Texas Longhorns. I mean, this guy is making a lot of NIL money, and his grandfather, Archie Manning, is out there saying things about his future that Arch had to set clear today. And James Peoples from Veterans Memorial High School here in San Antonio is ready to play Texas in their season opener. Coming up.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Being ranked before the season even starts doesn't mean anything. I don't even know how they get those opinions, but I feel like we do a good job of keeping the main thing, trying to get better every day and go win some games.
Arch Manning says, big deal. The Longhorns are your preseason #1 college football team in big board sports. Texas Longhorns starting QB Arch Manning may not care about preseason rankings, but UT fans definitely care about how long Arch will be with the program. His grandpa and former NFL quarterback Archie Manning told Texas Monthly Magazine that Arch will be with the Horns through the 2026 season. Arch, who's been careful to talk about his future in Austin as he leads the #1 ranked Longhorns, was asked about his grandpa's words today in his first meeting with reporters since SEC Media Days in mid-July.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from. He texted me and apologized about that, but I'm really just taking it day by day right now.
Archie Manning told ESPN that he was merely responding to various media reports about his grandson's future, not making any declarations. And when it comes to running the ball and avoiding those big hits, Arch said his grandpa does have some advice for him, just like the Horns coaching staff.
Yeah, I think I just need to be smart. Obviously, those hits add up. My grandfather, he can, he's hobbling around these days, and he ends every call with get down or get out of bounds. So I'm definitely hearing it a lot.
Yeah, good advice. And check out this picture of Ohio State running back James Peoples. Dude has definitely been in the weight room a lot. Last season, as a true freshman, he rushed for 197 yards and 2 scores for the national champs. This season, the former Veterans Memorial High School star is battling for the starting role, and he is ready to face Texas in their opener.
Hey, that was a school that was heavily considering me, and I was considering them. I wish them all the best. It's gonna be a great game. I can't wait for that game, and excited. It's a great opponent, 1 versus 2.
I grew up watching Texas.
I grew up watching Ohio State, so even though I was from Texas, I always was watching Ohio State because, like I said, my parents, they're from Ohio, and I grew up watching them. But Texas, it was right up the road for me where I lived in San Antonio, so I would go up there often.
Third-ranked Ohio State in the AP poll will host #1 Texas Saturday, August 30th at 11 a.m., and Ohio State is currently favored by 2 points. The Power Breeze machines were working overtime at UTSA football practice today as the players try to stay just a little bit cooler during that morning heat and humidity. And the single-digit guys were practicing in their new Nike jerseys as the Roadrunners get ready to face Texas A&M in 11 days. Today, when Coach Traylor was talking about the offense being on the same page chemistry-wise, he was specifically discussing his old line when he had this to say about facing the Aggies.
Well, we need to stay healthy. That always matters when your front five can stay up, So that chemistry comes from playing together and having a lot of friction and having to fight through some things. And the core is back, and if they stay healthy, I think you'll see them be like they were at the end of last year. Now, I'm not saying that against A&M because they're pretty different. We don't play many monsters like that. They're very similar to playing Texas last year, Tennessee the year before, as far as the difference between talent level between our line and their line. So we know what we're going against. So
the UTSA helmets also have a new look this season with San Antonio on the back and 2-0 on the front. That's a pretty cool touch. All right, we've got Steel and Judson football after the break.